Biceps brachii is a muscle that bridges the shoulder and elbow joints. It allows for the stabilization of the shoulder and extension of the shoulder, and it flexes the elbow. The sacrocaudalis dorsalis lateralis muscle attaches the 1st to the 6th lumbar vertebra. This muscle allows the tail to extend, lift, and move to the side. Splenius cervicis muscle attaches the 1st thoracic vertebra to the 1st cervical vertebra. This muscle allows for the extension and raising of the neck.
The dilator nares apicalis is located on the medial side of the nostril and aids in dilations of the nostrils. The iliocostalis lumborum starts at the iliac crest and inserts at the caudal border of rib 18 and transverse process of middle lumbar vertebrae. Its function is to stabilize lumbar vertebrae, spinal extension, and lateral flexion. The masseter muscle originates along the facial crest and zygomatic arch and inserts on the ventral bottom edge of the curved part of the mandible. Its function is to close the jaw.
The biceps femoris muscle is located behind the femur and starts on the 3rd sacral dorsal spine. It is a multifunctioning muscle performing extension, abduction, and flexing of the hip, stifle, and hock. The horse's tongue lies on the floor of the mouth between the bodies of the jaw. Its primary role involves shifting grass, hay, and grain from the front of the mouth to the back, where incisors prepare them for digestion.
The infraspinatus muscle is a muscle that connects from the scapula to the humerus. This muscle allows for the extension, flexion, and abduction of the shoulder and leg. The quadratus femoris is a muscle that stretches from the pelvis to the femur. This muscle allows for external rotation and adduction of the leg.
The orbicularis oculi muscle is located above and below the eye socket and is responsible for the opening and closing of the eyelid. The zygomatico-ocularis muscle reaches from the zygomatic process to the temporal bone. This muscle is responsible for the movement of the ear.
The descending pectoral muscle originates from the cartilage of the sternum and inserts into the humerus. The function of this muscle is to aid in the abduction of the anterior limbs. The flexor carpi ulnaris muscle runs from the lower end of the humerus and head of the ulna down to the carpal bones. Its function is to aid in the flexion and abduction of the anterior limbs. The semimembranosus muscle runs from the base of the pelvis and the ischium to the back of the tibia. Its function is to aid in the extension of the hip and the flexion of the knee.